Good afternoon. It is Friday the 6th of March, and it is 4:45 in the afternoon, and we're driving down the M40 towards Gatwick. We're going on holiday. It's a road trip starting and ending in Los Angeles and going via lots of nice places, including Las Vegas, Grand Canyon, Monument Valley, Phoenix, Tucson and San Diego. So let's hope it's a nice holiday and coronavirus free. We're on the way down to Gatwick, staying in a hotel there for the evening, and we're just charging the car now at the Mercure Hotel. And so that we'd have plenty of range when we got back from the holiday, I charged up again near Gatwick at the Ray Lane Rapid Charger. The next morning, Saturday the 7th, I dropped the car off at Purple Parking with 114 miles range. Apologies for publishing such a long video. Holiday videos usually gather digital dust, and I've used the lockdown to edit something together this time. I wanted to show how beautiful and exciting America can be. I mean, in 24 hours, we went from this to this. And how the pandemic quickly changed our holiday experience from relatively normal to very alien. Neutral, reverse. Yeah. I put the dash cam in the rental car and tried to start it. Shift, lock, release. So why isn't it reversing? Because you haven't started the engine. To be fair, it's a long time since I've driven an ICE car, and it is 2:20 in the morning. Because it's a normal it's a normal car.
Yeah, not electric car.
I'm so used to having the lights on auto that when I started driving in the rental car, I completely forgot to switch any lights on. Oh, lights. Auto. Is that auto? Auto. There we go. Didn't switch the lights back on. This is the car that we chose for the holiday. It's a Hyundai Elantra. Reason why we picked this is because I'm used to Hyundai's kind of system, having the Ioniq, and so it's all very familiar. And because it's quite a new car, it's only done 3,000 miles, it has Apple CarPlay, which is fantastic. I hadn't expected that. I was expecting to have to use Bluetooth. But anyway, so I can plug the iPhone in and use navigation on the screen and everything. I've got two dash cams set up. This one for the front. Cable goes down here, and I've got a 12 volt lighter adapter to 4 USBs, and the other dash cam at the back is routed under the passenger seat and is there. So hopefully we're not only protecting ourselves but going to get some reasonably good scenic videos as we're driving along.
In 1.6 miles, you'll arrive at Griffith Observatory.
And we'll hike up. It's not far up there. Just a little hike up.
Yeah, 0.7 miles.
Cup.
In 300 feet, turn left onto Hollywood Boulevard.
See these stars on the pavement?
Yeah.
Each one of those stars is for a particular celebrity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In 900
Has their
feet,
name on it.
turn left onto Vine Street. Keep right onto Universal Studios Boulevard. Then turn right.
Does anybody happen to hear a low rumbling sound off in the distance?
Nice.
Uh-oh, on the left it looks like a flash flood heading straight for the tram. Take cover. I was playing a trick on you back there. The rain is coming from a set of sprinklers above the tram. The flooding is the result of thousands of gallons of recycled water coming from tanks at the top of the hill.
You cannot run the road, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that.
A set that is all designed around a vision of speeding.
When you first began to sit down and talk about the war of the world, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood?
We're going to hold the tram here for a few moments. If you want to get some photos or video.
Because of that.
every conversation I've had in the last 24 hours has been mostly about the coronavirus. Do you think that that played into anything today? Have voters been talking to you about
Maybe
that?
tired.
No, it's just.
Wow.
Shall we walk out on these rocks?
Man, you boy ain't believe me, they thought I believe in the devil like witch. Man, you boy ain't believe me, a real rock star from all my
The World Health Organization has declared the coronavirus outbreak a pandemic. This move comes as the WHO reports some 120,000 cases in 114 countries around the globe.
Keep left onto Furnace Creek Road.
We have to stop and they will raise up. That's me.
You can't get to Dante's View because of the rain. Okay.
It's all fogged in. You couldn't see anything anyway.
Bit of a bummer.
Yeah. Can't control the weather though.
What does this mean?
Zabrinksky Point.
Oh, the Zabrinksky Point. Okay, love. Can we get here? Go down.
In a quarter of a mile, you'll arrive at Las Vegas Strip.
Las Vegas Strip?
Strip. The Strip, they call it. This is the Flamingo, famous hotel. That's the Mirage up there. Caesar's Palace is up there. So Aria, that's a famous hotel. Paris, that's another famous hotel.
Yeah.
Guinness with the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
Saturday the 14th of March, and the coronavirus was starting to have more of an effect on the holiday, but we were determined to enjoy ourselves nonetheless. The Strip and the Venetian Hotel still had plenty of visitors enjoying themselves normally, and the Bellagio fountains were still drawing small crowds.
Oh God.
Bless you.
Thank you. If I doing this, people will all turn. You look at this Chinese. Oh my God.
She's from Wuhan. She's from Wuhan. Coronavirus outbreak. She's from Wuhan. Clear the way. Let us go first.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn right. You've arrived. Destination is on your right.
Good afternoon, everybody. May and I are at Battlefield Vegas.
take your vanilla? Take it.
Look cool? Camera, all right? You feel that, Meg? Feel that leg. You won't go past that.
Alright, so you did.
Rear side, front side, shoot at the red, okay? Yeah. Alright, start with a first. See what it feels like. After that first, hold it down. Get after it.
Alright, good.
Whoa!
Just like that. Alright, good. Good, keep going. Keep going. Good, just like that. Very good. I'd say he's dead too. Alright, Matt. Good.
What did you think? You did way better than me. Yeah. Yeah, you did. She did way better than me. Look at that.
Just clap your hands. Just clap your hands. Hey! Whoa!
Fremont Street, Las Vegas, and these indoor entertainers doing their usual show were, by encouraging the audience to gather in, also potentially encouraging the spread of the virus.
Now everybody, in order to do this stunt, I gotta make sure we don't get a $700 ticket, which means I just need everybody's toes on that line.
This guy is perfectly aware that there is a virus going round.
Don't be scared, I'm Asian, but I do not have it. Step up, step up. Yes, I'm Asian, I know, I don't have it. Squeeze it, guys, squeeze it. Don't be scared of the black guy. You can trust him. He's on probation. Everybody step up. You guys in the back, especially because you're blocking the casino walkway. Step up. Here we go.
Turn right onto Red Rock Canyon. In a quarter of a mile, you'll arrive. Your destination will be on your right.
Oh, look at the queues for Costco.
Oh God. Really? Oh, it's not for because of coronavirus. Maybe they are everywhere. Ooh. So what we need is here to. Oh, please. Please here. Really?
Mr. President, how close are you to shutting down America's northern border with Canada? And could you also speak to the fact about the elections that are supposed to be taking place tomorrow? Is it your advice that those states postpone those elections?
Well, I believe that up to the states. It's a big thing postponing an election. I think to me that really goes to the heart of what we're all about. I think postponing an election is a very tough thing. I know they're doing, as they've been in touch with us, they're doing it very carefully. They're spreading people out at great distances, as you can see. And I think they'll do it very safely. I hope they do it very safely. But I think postponing elections is it's not a very good thing. They have lots of room in a lot of the electoral places, and I think that they will do it very well. But I think postponing is unnecessary.
Northern borders, sir. How close are you to shutting?
We think about it. We don't have to do it. We have very strong emergency powers when it comes to something like this, both on the southern and the northern borders. And we are talking about different things, but we'll see. Right now, we have not decided to do that. Steve?
Dr. Fauci talked about the vaccine file today, and whether the timetable for the vaccine is it possible accelerated or still 12 to 18 months?
Thank you for that question. The vaccine candidate that was given the first injection, the first person, took place today. You might recall when we first started, I said it would be 2 to 3 months, and if we did that, that would be the fastest we've ever gone from obtaining the sequence to being able to do a phase 1 trial. This has been now 65 days, which I believe is the record.
The evening of the 16th of March in Williams was the last time we dined in a restaurant. Rod's Steakhouse. It was very nice. All the meals for the rest of the holiday would be takeaway only. Also, the hotel's cooked breakfast was cancelled on the morning of the 17th. America was starting to lock down.
Doesn't necessarily look after everything, because obviously I noticed that Richard Branson was asking for.
Still a lot of people going into the Grand Canyon National Park.
Yeah.
You have a National Park pass?
We don't.
Okay. Go to lane 4, just go.
Thank you.
Thank you. So it means pay?
Don't think so.
National pass.
Show ID with pass. She said just go.
Okay.
I don't think they want to take money from people at the moment. The Grand Canyon visitor centres were open but unstaffed. This was the first time we'd experienced any kind of change to business or services available because of the coronavirus. Later in March, federal, county, local and tribal officials had joined Grand Canyon residents in calling on the Park Service and the Interior Department to close the park, but it remained open until April the 1st.
Turn left onto Coyote Lane. Then at the roundabout, take the third exit onto State Route 64.
Live from NPR News in Culver City, California.
No.
Wayne Brown.
No, I'm not going
Fears of the
161
coronavirus
miles.
have created problems at polling places throughout Florida during today's presidential primary. From member station WUSF, Steve Newborn reports hundreds of workers
161 miles, 2 hours 31 minutes,
before the election,
or
county
take an
officials said
extra
the
2
county
minutes
was in
and go
dire straits
87
because
miles.
So many
That's
poll workers
ridiculous.
said they wouldn't show up in the morning. However,
the Trump administration is proposing 850
Turn left onto Coyote Lane.
That's right.
Then at the roundabout, take the third exit onto State Route 64.
Johnston reports negotiations are ongoing between the White House and Congress.
The two sides have discussed payments to small businesses, a stimulus package for workers, and loan guarantees.
At the roundabout, take the third exit onto State Route 64.
Lawmakers continue to push for a quick solution to help cushion the economic fallout of the pandemic. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin says the total cost of the package could reach $1 trillion.
NPR's Windsor Johnston.
In half a mile, turn left onto FS Road 302.
There have been at least 97 deaths reported here in the U.S., and the number of confirmed cases has grown to almost 5,900. Stocks finished higher on Wall Street as the Fed took further action to boost liquidity and stem damage from the virus pandemic. The Dow gained.
In order to mitigate the spread of this disease, to protect
Turn left onto FS Road 302.
Who's most vulnerable in our community, it is reasonable and necessary for me to impose limited and temporary restrictions on the use of certain public establishments in our community.
Restaurants are allowed to serve food as delivery or to-go orders, and downtown parking fees will be waived.
What was that?
Go straight on for 1 hour and 4 minutes to Coconino Rim Road.
Sedona is the latest municipal government to declare a state of emergency.
What does it say?
Stop.
Do not. Road not passable in winter conditions and not maintained. Travel through not recommended. Enter.
Your own risk. Road not passable in winter conditions and not maintained.
Include closing some indoor public spaces, limiting face-to-face business with city employees, and canceling or postponing events. Residents are advised to seek information on limits
I guess
in
we're
their
going to
own
be taking this
municipalities
scenic
before
route.
visiting public facilities.
Well, we're halfway along this road now.
Worksheets to complete and submit online. Tiny icons representing his teacher and
I hope later
will appear in the corner.
If he doesn't get to a normal road, when we turn left in 5.2 miles, I'm going to come back.
Right.
Okay.
Remote learning is very important. Pertridge is an account manager for furnishings company Steelcase. She sets multiple alarms during the day to keep everyone on task. That enables her to schedule her own calls and web meetings.
I was having some live sessions in the morning from about 9:30 to 10:30, and then I could get my son going on some assignments.
Her home's been carved into zones to avoid talking over each other's calls. She's in her home office. Her 8-year-old set up shop in the living room.
My husband's in the basement area.
There are
I think Carl already gets done.
NPR PBS NewsHour Marist poll is showing a lack of trust in the things President Trump is saying about the coronavirus and how the nation should respond. More from NPR's Don Gagne.
Overall, those saying they don't trust what the president says.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Coconino Rim Road.
Federal government calling on people.
Coconino Rim Road better be better than this.
Turn left onto Coconino Rim Road.
Entrepreneurs, investors, financial institutions, and established companies
It's just
around
the same.
world where innovation.
How long are we
meets
going to
the
be on
law.
this?
Funding for KNAU comes from Yavapai College, offering dozens of degree and certificate programs, as well as community and lifelong learning educational opportunities.
In 2.6 miles, turn right onto Desert View Drive.
EDU.
It's 4:05 with KNAU News. I'm Zach Zidler. A controversial proposed water.
The city of Prescott relies on the Little Chino Aquifer, which also feeds the Verde River. It's one of 5 areas in Arizona subject to state regulation because of heavy reliance on groundwater.
So it gets 2 hours, 24 minutes. Now we are ready.
Coconino County says it has not come across positive
How
tests.
to navigate the whole coronavirus situation. Candidates have had to change things up too.
Somebody else is going this way.
Yeah, it's been exactly a week now since both Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden canceled rallies at the last second. Neither has had any big gatherings since, and no campaigning over the past week in any of the states voting today. Decision. Turnout is going to be a huge question given these circumstances. It was interesting. This afternoon, the Biden campaign put out a memo preemptively arguing the vote today will be representative, pointing especially to high early voting totals in Florida and Arizona. We have seen the Sanders campaign keep tabs on voting problems.
That is NPR's Scott.
Turn right onto Desert View Drive.
lack of testing has been a big barrier to getting a handle on the coronavirus pandemic in the U.S. As more tests are now becoming available, people in a growing number of places are being screened.
Finally,
They're sometimes being tested without ever getting out of the car. Here is testing czar Brett Giroir.
Go straight on for 45 minutes to US 89 north.
Just the experience.
The states, the ones that
was exciting.
Involved in really pushing
I can feel you have the intense, very really focused on driving.
To begin setting up.
We'll stop in at McDonald's.
Yeah, we ask people already. Might be the best way. Best way to ask them. Quality Inn. That one.
Okay, that's the one.
Oh!
Well done. Very good, mate.
That's great. Not many cars here. Place here.
Yeah. We can't go in at all.
Oh. Oh, it's your fault.
We drove like 100 miles to get here. We only stayed at Tuba City to get an early start up to Monument Valley. So the park being closed meant we wasted a whole night and day and 340 miles.
What is that? That car I just drove back from? Is that Gatwick? We put in this. Oh, fish on it. Yeah, I was surprised today there's no. Maybe they put on the website some information.
They could have done, couldn't they?
Yeah.
So now we're going to Meteor Crater.
Okay, but anyway,
may as well, since we can't spend any time here.
Yeah.
Just have to take the drone up.
Somewhere, yeah.
The Navajo Nation had closed Monument Valley Tribal Park actually the previous Friday, the 13th. I hadn't considered that it might close, and so I didn't think to check before visiting. Let's do it here.
Because we're young a lot. Now I'm recovered from that. Coffee! Maybe coffee.
RV park.
Yes. A lot of. Oh. So you can park here, but you have to pay, right?
Yeah.
Like you pay several days here. Oh, I feel the temperature close outside. Okay. I'm back to life. What is ahead? Flagstaff.
Well, weather like this, I think we should change our plans and go to
Flagstaff. That's damn it. Oh. And then we can go tomorrow.
weather's nice, so yeah.
Snow.
I don't think it's snow.
It is. Definitely. I saw not just from here, outside. You can see. Little bit from. Yeah. Okay. Is that right? Okay. Yeah.
England schools to shut on Friday until further notice.
Yeah.
Days in Flagstaff, we're here.
Okay, nice.
So Wednesday the 18th was a bust. Monument Valley was closed. It was raining, so we didn't bother going to Meteor Crater. And as we got to Flagstaff, it started snowing heavily. We couldn't go out for a meal, and breakfast had been cancelled in the hotel, so we went out to Walmart to get some provisions. But the shelves were virtually bare, and I was seriously worried that I'd be snowed in the morning.
In 900 feet, turn left onto South Beulah Boulevard.
I guess the snow plows didn't make it out as far as this. This was one of the most breathtakingly beautiful, but at the same time, bottom-clenchingly scary drives that I've ever done.
You've arrived at your destination.
This is me and May doing a little bit of social distancing. Do you think this is enough? The instructions don't really say much about keeping our distance from cactuses, do they? Cacti! We can have like a chicken sandwich or something to keep us going. What do you think? Or do you want to wait? How do you feel?
I think it's my wise way is take a little bit bite.
Really? Eat now.
How are we doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. Thank you. So I'll take you right behind that black SUV, okay?
All right.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a great day.
Chicken file A. Chicken file A.
Alright, what can I get for you guys?
I don't know because we've never eaten here before. We have no idea what sort of food you have.
And it's going to come out to $17.99. Then pay with cash or card.
Okay.
Cash?
Cash, yeah.
Cash.
I'll send you at the window. Have a good day, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Stuart?
Yes. You're so busy. Are you enjoying it? Really? Seriously? It's not too busy, I suppose. You get a chance to be bored.
No time to be bored.
No. Cheerio. Remember, I don't want the one with the pickle. Pickle will kill me. Oh. We got mayonnaise. Yeah, we have mayonnaise, did you?
Yeah, I've got a lot. Should I just squeeze one?
There we are. Yummy, yum, yum.
In 1 mile, exit to the right onto exit 257, Speedway Boulevard, St. Mary's Road.
Waffle House. Wow, the Waffle House.
That's where I want to live, in a Waffle House.
Right. You want to live in a Waffle House?
A house made from waffles.
That's 219. Is that?
Is that one?
Yeah, Echo. 219. Yeah.
In half a mile, turn left onto West St. Mary's Road.
Echo in the city, yes.
Spotted you.
Yeah, great. In the city, Echo is 224, but here is 219. It's great. You can pay cash. If you want. Okay, cash.
In 900 feet, turn left.
Probably 40.
Make a U-turn, then turn left.
Shall I pull up here and have a look? They don't necessarily have a restaurant. So I'll pull up here
and things.
have a look. 219, that's the best we've seen, isn't it?
Yes, that's the best one.
Cheapest.
Yes, we on the road we checked all of the inner cities. 222 is the cheapest. In the UK, do you know how many people died of coronavirus?
No, how many?
3,983.
Have died?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, sorry. Oh, that's confirmed. Positive. 184 died. That's up to 20th of March, which is today, right? 20th.
I'm going to take us to a park where we can sit in the sun. Sun's not too bad at the moment, not too bright. I'm going to take us to a park where we can sit, maybe take the drone up, take some more aerial shots of beautiful Arizona. Okay.
So it's glad that Arizona still looks safe. I'm watching when I sit here, watching every people walk, open the door. No one care. I just use the hand touch.
Really, you
turn right onto West Speedway Boulevard.
No one care. These people push through and
use their hands normally.
Yeah. I didn't see anybody like use a tissue or use an elbow. No.
In half a mile, turn right onto North Riverview Boulevard.
Golf. Is it golf? Oh, nice. You can see here, very. I cut them. What is that? What dog?
Prairie dog.
Prairie dog.
My daughter, Elise, is at the University of Arizona in Tucson, and we'd planned to visit her over the weekend to see what her life has been like since August last year. Go to the cinema, enjoy dining out and visiting the OK Corral in Tombstone, maybe on the Sunday. But all her lessons had gone online and students had been asked to vacate the halls of residence if they could. So her mum had booked her a flight to Heathrow with Delta on Sunday the 22nd. I was really happy that we were able to help her move out and see just how beautiful it is on campus. The morning of Saturday the 21st of March, I got an email from Norwegian Air saying that our flights on the following Saturday, the 28th, were cancelled. I phoned Norwegian to try and get alternative flights, but they only offered that evening, 500 miles away in LAX, or April the 17th. So I booked flights home with Virgin Atlantic on Monday the 23rd of March, meaning that we would miss the last few days of our holiday and the whole stay in San Diego. Instead, I booked a hotel for Sunday in Palm Springs on the route from Phoenix, only a couple of hours from LA. Airbnb have said that you can cancel any bookings that you've made and get a full refund. So I cancelled the last booking, which was in San Diego, which is an expensive one. It was about 340 quid. So we'll get that back.
It's funny.
And the lady, Cheryl, has cancelled our booking with a full refund at that place, even though we're sleeping there tonight.
Yeah, so it was nice. Also nice. Quite nice.
No, she didn't. The rest of Saturday the 21st of March we spent helping my daughter move all her belongings out of the halls of residence into storage and preparing her for her flight home from Phoenix Airport the next day, Sunday the 22nd of March. She had a flight booked from Phoenix Airport to Heathrow via San Francisco, so we were just relieved that she was going to be getting back home to the UK safe. Does the IHOP actually have a drive-through?
I don't think it does. I think we have to go in. There is a car there.
Pancake, Campbell, breakfast, samplers.
Hi, does it have a drive-through?
No drive-through. It's open? Oh.
You really like IHOP? Okay. You really like IHOP, don't you?
Everything's shutting down at 8 o'clock because of the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shut us down, man.
Okay.
We do takeout orders only.
Can we have a look at the menu?
Can we come in and have a look at the menu?
Oh, we can look at all the...
So you can come in and then order there, then can... Oh, that's...
Come on, let's go in and have a look at the menu. All right, you happy? Smash it.
We're asking every single American, no matter what your generation, from Z and up to X and millennials in between, to really ensure that you're following these guidelines. We hear every night of people who are not in work, moving that time into bars and other areas of large gatherings. If we continue with that process, we will fail in containing this virus.
So I'm going to go for parking Terminal 3, right?
Okay, yeah.
So Terminal 3 is there. Terminal 3 parking.
Yeah, just different levels. Should be okay. Okay, good.
Elise got back to Heathrow okay. Her connecting flight to San Francisco was empty. Caliente Tropics.
Caliente Tropics, oh lovely, oh so beautiful.
Our last night in America at the Caliente Tropics Resort in Palm Springs, which is a very beautiful city and I wish we'd had more time to explore it. Dinner was a delicious Mediterranean takeaway from the Evzin restaurant next door, which is sadly a casualty of the pandemic. I think we might have been amongst their last customers, and if a highly ranked business like this can go under, it doesn't bode well for America's small businesses in general.
On the money that goes to big businesses and what should be disclosed, how to hold all of that accountable, how to make sure that the money goes to workers of those businesses rather than being pocketed by shareholders, all of that is still up in the air.
Right. Well, even President Trump said he doesn't want a stock buyback to be a possibility here. He wants the money to go to workers. So,
right. In which people are subjected to draconian restrictions and authorized to go out only for very few purposes. In Lombardy, the worst hit region, the regional council member in charge of health services, Giulio Galera, said we have to wait another 2 days before we can say there's a definite downward trend. But he voiced optimism that our sacrifices are beginning to produce results. Sylvia Polgioli, NPR News, Rome.
Stocks traded lower for much of the day. At last check on Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 582 points. Nasdaq down 18. The S&P down 67. This is NPR.
Great loss.
The International Olympic Committee says postponing the Summer Games is now a possibility amid the global spread of coronavirus. The committee, which is
Exit to the right onto exit 1C, Sepulveda Boulevard, and AX Airport.
There we go. Getting lunch at In-N-Out Burger at LAX had been planned weeks earlier as the final stop on our road trip before returning the car and getting the shuttle to the airport. Being able to complete that last stop felt like a minor victory against the coronavirus. Hello, good, thanks. How are you?
Great. I guess you want to take your order.
We've never been here before. We have no idea what we want.
That's an animal style.
Yeah. Do you want that? Are you very hungry? It's more food.
Yeah. We got the yes, sir. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You too.
Nice. Oh. Sounds really delicious.
No, it's fine. Alamo car return rental, 1 mile away. So let's take the technology out of here then. We dropped the car off back at Alamo with 5,318 miles on the clock. That means we'd done 2,301 miles in 16 days. We landed at Heathrow on the 24th of March, the day the UK started its lockdown. It had become a very different place in the 17 days since we left. America had changed vastly while we were there too. The coronavirus had gone from a worry at the back of your mind to an ever-present oppressive concern very much at the forefront of life. And so the 5 days we missed in the US would have been pointless anyway. Range on the Ionic dropped from 114 to 108 miles while parked for 16 days. Not too bad at all, and plenty to get us on our way. And the drive to the Midlands was uneventful except for the stop at Beaconsfield Services. Despite there being some people around, it still felt a bit apocalyptic.
Good morning, you're all welcome to London Airfield United. The local time is 9 p.m.
Despite the coronavirus, we still very much enjoyed our 2020 US road trip. If you made it through to the end of this video, all I can say is wow. Thanks very much for watching and stay safe.
During the landing, you could fall across each other.